Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a KV-1. It's a Tier 5 Soviet heavy tank. It's located on the north spawn of Fisherman's Bay and it's under the command of Dark Hazar. Now the last time we saw Dark Hazar he was in a Panzerkampfwagen 2 on Himmelsdorf and he managed to get a whole bundle of medals in that battle. Let's see if he can do the same in the KV-1. Well, you can see that he's got 2 marks on the barrel already, so he's obviously well practiced in this tank. And he's got the fetching potato camo. Yes, I'm afraid that's a ridiculous camo, but it was free and it does work, so might as well use it. Anyway, the KV-1's one of the toughest tanks in the Soviet infantry at the time that they were attacked by Germany. Operation Barbarossa, 1941, and well, the KV-1 acquitted itself very well. Lots of German tanks came up against this beast and they simply could not penetrate it. They were having a lot of difficulty, and you can see that actually Dark Hazar's got the 122mm gun, capable of 450 output, penetrating 61mm of armour with standard HE rounds, and has a burst radius of 2.49 meters, so you can actually land the shell underneath the target and it will still damage them. In fact, it will damage them because the shell will explode where the armor is thinnest, directly underneath the tank. Well, he was spotted there, and I think he was spotted by the tanks at the center line. There's a Skoda T24 up there and a Valiant T34 shielded. There's a number of enemy tanks up there. Let's see if he can get a shot into one of them. Oh, the Skoda just popped his nose out. And he gets a hit. Oh, he got a fire as well. And a premium fire extinguisher went off. The M5 Stuart's a little further over that ridgeline, so he can't get a shot on him at the moment. Reload time is just under 10 seconds, or 9.5 seconds. Gets a nice hit on the T34 shielded as well, 158 hit points. HE is no respecter of armour, and some enemy heavies have turned up in the town as well, but he's still devoting himself to these guys over here in the centre, because if he were to engage the heavies, these guys would be shooting in his side. Here comes the T34 shielded again, pokes his nose out, tries to get the shot into the rear, but he actually gets the front of the vehicle for 174. Lost sight of the guy. I think he's gone behind the building, but he fires a blind shot in just in case anyway. And meanwhile, the enemy has been engaging that P43 ahead of us. There's a BT7 just further down there, and he will expire very promptly if he can get around into him. Yeah, no problem at all. With the alpha of this gun, you only need to really point and shoot, and 450 alpha, yes, you're easily going to be able to kill a BT7. But it's still an Excelsior a little further away, and he's been joined by an Excelsior on his own team. The enemy's also got a Type 95 in the town. That's a Japanese heavy. That is the MX-40, the Duck. And over there, a Valiant. Now, the new British tank with heavy armour. What David Fletcher said was the worst British tank ever. In fact, he called it the worst tank ever. So bad that the driver got out after 30 minutes of driving and said, nope, never again. Truly appalling. Oh, just took out the M5A1. That's his second kill. And the T14's turned up. Now that's the American premium heavy, and he's driving up the main street towards us. That was a blind shot, but he's going to stay on this corner for the meanwhile. Pokes his head round to fire around at the T14, who's just hiding behind the house, but not good enough. And he takes him around for 363, a low roll. And he's now being hit in the side by the Valiant, but those shells went into the tracks and the T14 has now expired. Potentially that means that Dark Hazar's got the high caliber, and the MX-40 is also firing at him. Okay, he's now receiving HE rounds from the Type 95. No, it's heat rounds actually. And they weren't doing anything. Now this Excelsior up here, he's firing APCR premium rounds. And they're just not getting through. That one went into the tracks. He's pulling back. That was another heat round from the Type 95. So the enemy's firing a lot of premium rounds at him. And most of them are either just going into the tracks and getting eaten, or they're just not doing any damage. The only one that did do damage was the Excelsior for 109 hit points. So he's just holding this corner for the moment. Can he get another shot on that Valiant? He locked on and he fires a blind shot in that direction. Now I suspect that did actually hit the Valiant. There's the AMX-40. Poked his nose out. There's some arches here. Oh, there's the Excelsior. Now, is there anybody on the main street? No. Well, the Type 95 wasn't firing at that moment. Probably didn't see him, but he has been spotted now. And there's two AMX-40s on the enemy team. Now, the AMX-40 does have decent armour, and the Valiant's just started firing APCR as well. He locks onto the Excelsior and fires one in. He takes a round from the Valiant again. Now there's a pair of arches here, and you can shoot through those arches if the target is visible through one of them. I had the feeling the Excelsior might try to come around that corner. Dark Hussar's backed off a long way. Yep. Forcing them to come around the corner. The other Excelsior goes behind that house, and well, we're waiting to see if he'll poke out at the end. He's obviously pulled back because he doesn't want to get hit by HE. The Type 95 is just around the corner. There he is. He's fired another round in. It was an AP round this time. Both of them bounced. He fires one at him for 311 hit points of damage. Now his teammates are going to know that the Dark Hussar fired, and they might decide to then descend upon him. Here comes one of the AMX-40s. Oh, big hit! 390. Just go for the ram. Just nudge him. That's it. He'll die. Okay, now finish off the Type 95. Yes, easy kill there. 5 kills now. One short of getting a Top Gun. The Excelsior's gone. The AMX-40 is retreating. There's only one left on the enemy team. It's that AMX-40. Whilst all this was going on, the rest of the team were actually finishing off, and they've got somebody in the cap, the Stug 3B, and I think the AMX-40 is actually just around this corner. So he can pick up a Top Gun and win the game by just turning around the corner and blasting him. Yes! And that is a Top Gun and wins the game. Very well played there by Dark Hussar. He held his corner and won the game. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Oh my god, he didn't just win the game. He got a 3rd mark of excellence on the KV-1 in that one. Ace Tanker in the KV-1. He also got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 12. A Duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him. A Fire effect for doing more damage than the hit points through his own vehicle. And a Shellproof for blocking more damage than the hit points through his own vehicle. And he got some rather interesting medals. He got a Naidin's medal. And that's a fairly rare medal because that means you've killed all the enemy light tanks in a battle. At least 3. And in fact, actually, in this battle, he killed that AMX-40, the M5A1 Stuart, that AMX-40, the BT-7. Those are all the light tanks on the enemy team. There was 4 of them, and he got all of them. So very well done. This is a rare medal to get. You don't see it all that often. He also got a Steel Wall for blocking the most damage in the game, at least 11 shots and 1,000 hit points of potential damage. A High Caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and he got a Top Gun for getting 6 kills right at the last moment with that kill on the MX-40. Very well played. Let's have a look at team score and see where you came. Top of the table, 3,634 hit points of damage. The only player to get over 3,000 hit points. The next high scorer being the Valiant on the enemy team with 2,619. And after that, the Excelsior with 1,690. When it came to kills, he was top on that one. 6 kills to him, 3 kills to the 4 kills to the Valiant on the enemy team, and 3 kills to the VK3001H on his own team. And when it came to base XP, yes, he's got that one as well. He's the only player to get over 1,000 base, and 1,271 experience points in total. The next high scorer being the Valiant with 883, and the other Valiant on his own team with 772. And that means he's got the top in all 3 columns. He fired 17 rounds in that game, 15 direct hits, 8 penetrations, 6 splash, damage of 3,634 hit points, all of it at close range. 19 hits received from the enemy, only 6 of which were actually penetrations, 13 non-penetrations, and 1,150 hit points of damage blocked by armour. He damaged 10 of the enemy, killed 6, and on a premium count earned 38,620 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply took away 18,970 credits. He received 1,271 XP, got 3,814 from personal missions payout, and took away 5,721 experience points altogether. So what a game! To get your 3rd mark of excellence on a game like that shows consistency. And I reckon as well, the 122mm gun on the KV-1, the derp gun, which some people prefer to play with the 85mm, some play it with the 57mm because they like that ability to keep pumping out rounds that nearly always penetrate. But the derp gun, yes, that can be a lot of fun because if you penetrate the enemy tank, it will do an awful lot of damage in very, very quickly. As you saw, he didn't have to fire that many rounds to do the damage. 17 shots, 15 direct hits and 8 penetrations, so a lot of damage done very quickly. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel please, and thanks for watching.